In regards to your announcing career again, what are your motivations in doing this career for yourself, and what makes you get into the octagon almost every other week now with the UFC and the WEC?
Well, my passion, first and foremost, is that I've been a fighter mentality my entire life. I've been a martial arts since I was 12. Had plenty of my own experience going, mano a mano with somebody else, and I just love fighting. My grandfather was champion of the world in boxing. Johnny Buffy's in all the history books, 1921, and my dad raised me with the fighter's mentality because my dad was that mentality himself, and it's embedded in me. So I'm very passionate about the skill factor and the class factor and the quality of the A level and all other levels of the sport of mixed martial arts. And I approach my job with the UFC. Granted, I get paid very well. Granted, I've got the best seat in the house, and I get to go to all the events and all that comes with it. I'll always cash the paycheck, but the passion is what drives me. And quite frankly, when the passion dies, I'll seriously consider the fact that maybe it's time for me to stop.
Gotcha.
But it just keeps getting more. I don't see that happening for 10 years.
That's good for the UFC fans and everybody around it, because I don't think there's anybody else quite like you, Bruce, in terms of you delivering your speeches and words during the fights.
Well, I really am honored by those words, and the words are much appreciated. I do come from the school that everybody is expendable. I hope that would be the case with the people that do enjoy my work, because I try to create my own. I don't try. I created my own style, and I do it purely again out of the love and passion for the sport and my honor and loyalty towards Dana White and the Fertitta brothers, because they've created a great team, and I'm so honored to be on their team. And I don't consider myself better than anybody else. I just try to go out and do the best job I can for what I have to do every night I step into the octagon or the cage.
Well, so far it's been paying off, Bruce.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
No.
I hope so.
Well,
or as I like to say, my mom thinks so that makes me happy.
That's all that matters. Your mom comes first, I hope.
There you go. Apple Italian, of course.
So, Bruce, I got to ask you, can I get one of your famous catchphrases before we end the interview? You can pick any one you want to give me and throw it at me.
Yeah, do you want me to do how do you want me to do that?
Well, let's just try the UFC 116 Lesnar versus Carwin. Say you're introducing Lesnar and Carwin real quick.
Oh, you want to do a full intro for you? Or you want me to intro you?
You can, yeah, let's do that, Bruce. Let's intro me.
Yeah, let me get it's Gruber, right?
Yep, Gruber from Chicago.
Want to make sure, okay. Give me a height and weight.
5'9", 200 pounds.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 200 pounds, hailing from the great windy city of Chicago, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the future Radio Hall of Famer, Ted Gruber.
Awesome, Bruce. Awesome. I appreciate that, brother.
My pleasure.
So how can
also, just so you know, for fans and stuff like that, I get offers or requests for recordings for weddings, birthdays, and various different corporate affairs, and I get paid quite a bit of money in the past for that. But I made it affordable. If anybody wants a specialized, recording for their wedding or something, announcing the wedding party, walking down the aisle of love forever, that kind of stuff. Just go to bufferzone.net. Go to my website. All my information is there, and we've made it very, very affordable. I mean, it's like a dinner, because I just want to honor the fans and give back a little bit. And I have a studio here in the house that I can do it without paying a lot of money for a formal studio. That way I can keep the price down. So go to bufferzone.net, and if you want to Twitter me, I'm at Bruce Buffer, and I always Twitter during the UFCs and a lot of other stuff, and I'm kind of becoming a Twitter freak. I'm not really big on Facebook, but Twitter really works for me.
I mean, Twitter's a lot easier. You can stay in contact with all your fans, and I see you reply to most of your fans that do respond to you and any questions they have for you.
If you write me and you're cool and you handle yourself in a classy way, everybody deserves a response. Bottom line, without the fans, we're nothing. So I really put myself out for the fans. It takes me an hour to get back to my room after a show sometime, because I'll make sure that every fan that comes up to me of the UFC, they deserve to get a response. Let me tell you where that comes from real quick. When I was a kid, I was about 3-4 years old, and my brother Brian and I were at a place in Philadelphia, and in walks this man who was named then Cassius Clay. And I always remember, because of watching boxing, we knew who he was, because my father, And he spent a good solid minute with us. And I never forgot that the rest of my life. And I never want to have any other effect than a positive effect on a young child or a fan themselves, because I never want somebody to walk away from me thinking, God, what an arrogant, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not me. That's not who I am. It's because of the fans that we're sitting here having this conversation in the variable of life that is the UFC, and they deserve everything that they get.
Well, you're a big part of that, Bruce, and I appreciate you taking the time out of this busy day for you to take time to talk with me about your career and hopefully a long future with the UFC.
I appreciate it, and if you want to call in and talk to me on my radio show, it's on the SureDog Radio Network or again at bufferzone.net. And my radio show is It's Time. We're a lifestyle show. We talk UFC, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and people even call me for relationship and business advice. And you can call in and talk to me live on the show every Tuesday from 2 to 3 Pacific time. So check it out at bufferzone.net and listen up.
Sounds good. Well, Bruce, I thank you again for your time, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Anytime. You take care. Have a great weekend, okay?
That was Bruce Buffer in the MMA Disputed Interview Lounge. Stay tuned, MMA Disputed, for more interviews, news, and stats on MMA here at ChicagoNow.com.